next up, we have a very, very special
Yeah.
show here. Very near and dear to Near's heart. What do you have for us, Near?
um, how do I even pronounce this? I watched KamiErabi. I think that's how you say it. God app. Um, also just known as KamiErabi. Um, who made this fucking thing? Studio. This is a Studio Unend production. What have they made? This.
The fact that I was gonna
They
say
made this.
I have never heard of them, so this is
This is the only
a
thing they've
great
made.
sign.
This is a action survival game series. Fully CG, and it is uh got the absolute privilege of being marketed as a series created by Yoko Taro. Which I can tell you right now is a complete fucking lie. Yoko Taro, I believe, is only credited um, as like the initial concept, and in terms of like actual writing, series composition, like script and stuff, it's apparently written by uh, Jin, um, who I believe is a musician. Um, like, I think he's like a lead um, singer or something. Um, he's done like theme songs, and arrangements and compositions for a few things. I think Makaku City was one of the main things that he was in charge of. But yeah, um,
That's also a very good sign.
yeah, it's a good sign.
Go on.
Makaku City. I mean, the Makaku City actors and Makaku City Records was definitely not really the best marks to have in your career, I guess. Directed by Hideyuki Seshita. What has he done? He did Ajin, I believe. Um, let's see what else he's done. Yeah, Knights of Sidonia, Ajin, the like all CG Godzilla movies, the Blame movie. Um, yeah, I think is it the same general staff as Ajin? No, I don't think so. But yeah. Other than that, I feel like a lot of stuff isn't too much to like really write at home about. I think the music, done by Monaka, um, is quite good. I think Keiichi Okabe is part of that group, and you can definitely hear that influence in this. As for the series itself, like I said, this is a survival game series, and with the survival game series, I feel like you really know what you're getting into, um, and you really don't get anything special out of this. The basic synopsis is the main character, named Goro Ono, is a bit of a loser. He's a bit of a lame dude. And one day he sees this app open up on his phone, and it says he's chosen to become a god and to sort of speak your wish into the phone. He speaks his wish. It's a bit of a sleazy, sort of perverted thing. Um, and then all of a sudden, he's sort of plunged into this survival game where he has to fight for his life against all these other candidates. And that's really, truly shocking stuff.
So,
Um,
so near. Hold on a sec. What color is he?
he's blue.
Which blue? There's two blues.
He's like I guess, sort of like a teal blue.
The
I don't.
dark blue or the lighter blue?
He's the darker blue one.
Okay, because the picture you showed, they all have gender neutral outfits, so the only
Yeah.
way you can tell is through their eyes and hairstyle.
Yeah, he's the one at the top of
Okay.
the picture. Yeah, he's blue, and
So he's the KamiErabi, huh? He's the God app. I got you.
yeah.
So wait, so what I'm gathering is Yoko Taro literally went, "What if phone offered to make you a god?
Pretty much.
What if an
Yeah.
app popped up?" And then they
Yeah.
gave him a check and he went on his way.
Pretty much. I really don't see, like, the only way I can see Yoko Taro's name being attached to this in any sort of, I guess, meaningful way is if he also sort of contributed to some sort of, you know, big dramatic plot twist that happens, maybe like 2/3 of the way into the series. But otherwise, he basically was just like, yeah, what if you guys had like a survival game? But they were fighting to become God, which, by the way,
Not just Tower of
is
God.
um, it's effectively just what was that series I covered that was by the Death Note author? That was literally just
Dead
a
Mount
survival
Deathloop?
game. No, no. Um,
Kojima's contribution to Castlevania Lord of Shadows.
I mean, yeah, that is basically what Yokotaro did. Let me see. What is this called again?
He walked in one day like, hey, that's cool. Then he left.
Platinum End. That's what it was called. Yeah, Platinum End was basically a survival game, where like actual angels came down, to like pick the candidates to become, the next god. This one is just an app on your phone. And then, like after he sort of opens the app, he gets this little imp thing that follows him around, named Lal. She's voiced by Sakura Ayane. She's pretty cute.
Hey, that's 2 for 1 this season.
And assumingly all of the other candidates have their own little imp as well, question mark, but none of the others have shown up. And like there's like 4 episodes of this series out right now. I watched
Wait, there are 4 episodes and no other characters have shown up?
well, the other characters show up, but like I mean like the imps, like the other
Oh,
characters'
okay.
imps, like
Even they
like
haven't. Like,
so there's like no evidence that any other character has like an imp or anything, because he talks to her, right? And no other character has sort of had any sort of like, obvious discussion with themselves. So it's not like the imps are just invisible and, the main character can't see them. It kind of just seems like he's the only one with like a weird little imp creature following him around, which is a bit odd. But yeah, there are 4 episodes of this out right now. I watched like 2.5. I genuinely couldn't stomach it any further. And within the first 2.5 episodes, in the first episode, it sort of immediately sets up the survival game thing. He gets attacked by this girl named Sawa. She's the red girl, and her power is if she sticks a knife into a piece of meat, whether that be a human body or a fucking piece of steak, um, literally any piece of meat.
What qualifies as meat?
Meat.
Like a finger? Does that count as meat?
Yeah. She literally carries a steak
cooked
in
or
her
uncooked?
backpack.
And
Uncooked. I think it's supposed to be raw.
how big is the
Um,
steak? Could she not use like
it's
bacon
it's
or something?
literally a grocery store steak. Like it's still wrapped in everything. Like
Isn't
um
that expensive? Why not get like Why not get
Yeah,
like
seems a
You're
little
asking me, dude.
counterproductive.
Like,
get like frozen hamburger or something? Isn't that cheaper?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be like fresh or not.
Yeah, does it have to be a solid piece of meat, or can it be already
Yeah.
pre-minced? You know,
I would
we're asking
assume.
the
I would
important
assume.
questions here, Nair. All
Yeah.
right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
near.
they haven't really gotten into the logistics of the meat exactly,
Does it have to
but
be red
either
meat?
way,
Like she herself is.
probably. Again, she literally just carries around a fucking steak. She
See,
sticks a knife into the steak and she pulls out this big greatsword, right? And that's her
see,
power,
Senior,
right?
we're pulling out plot holes because like isn't she herself made of meat?
Yeah, well, newsflash, spoiler warning, this series is bad. This series is not good. Um, so she
Aren't
pulls
we
out
all
this
meat?
greatsword of this piece of meat.
Hold on, Near. What if she can't stab herself because she's not made of meat?
I mean, she hasn't stabbed herself.
Then
I would assume she
why do you think?
can't do that.
Well,
Probably
I
because
mean,
it would kill her. But you know,
Wait, so when
just
she
like
pulls
if
out
you,
the greatsword, does it destroy the piece of meat?
I would assume they haven't really.
okay,
Again, they have
okay,
not gotten
that's
into the
more
Okay, now,
logistics
acceptable.
all
of
right,
what
listen, no,
happens to the piece of meat.
now Toast is correct. That is really expensive to be spending every single
Yeah,
time you want to buy a greatsword. Just saying, that's like $20 at this point.
Yeah,
All right.
well, I mean, I think becoming a god is worth a few steaks, I think.
does the
Um,
size of the meat like have to do with anything?
no.
Damn.
Hmm. So she should carry around meatballs instead of steak.
Also true.
I mean, it has to be big enough to put a knife into it. Is the thing.
You
Oh,
can
it
put a
has to
knife
Like,
be a
in
knife. She
meatballs,
can't like prick it with a little toothpick.
no, like it has to be like a knife.
like a regular like a steak knife or kitchen
Yeah,
knife.
I mean, she just sticks like a kitchen knife into it, like a big, cutting knife. So, anyway, so she pulls a great sword out of a piece of meat.
Man, this series is
She starts.
stupid.
She starts swinging at the main character, and in fucking main character of a survival game fashion, he's like, "No, no, I don't want to kill anybody." Um, and then the imp that's following him is like, "You're stupid. You have to kill her." Um,
Take her
and he's
meat
like,
power.
"Yeah," he's like, "Okay, I guess I'll kill her." And he activates his power, which, if I'm reading and understanding it right, is probably the most broken thing that you could possibly have ever. And I don't know how the series is going to write around this, if they are at all. Because the first 2.5 episodes sure as shit don't. But basically, he just activates this magic book, and while he's chanting this magic book, he seems to be completely invincible. And after he's done chanting the magic book, he just wins. Like, he literally just wins. The power that
That
they've
seems to be
explained it
the
as,
opposite of an incantation's
yeah.
benefit.
So the power that they've explained it to be is he trades, um, like he like cashes in karma, right? Um, and in order to do that, he sort of has to inflict himself with bad karma. But like whenever he casts the spell, he gets so much good karma that like reality just rewrites itself around him, so he just wins. And in the first fight, the way they do this is he essentially makes it so a piece of a broken satellite in space falls down from the sky and kills the person that he's fighting.
Wouldn't that give him bad karma?
Yeah. Yes, so afterwards he gets bad karma. And the way
What's
they do
what's
this is he starts getting bullied in school, which I think is a
wow? That's
pretty I
very
think it's a
proportional.
pretty yeah, I think it's a pretty like fair trade-off to be bullied in school for a free like I fucking win power.
Like,
Um
hold on. What's the extent of the bullying? Is it like a what is it? Magical girl site level of bullying?
I mean,
What are
the
you
only
talking?
bullying they showed was he got a bunch of shit written on his desk and they put trash in his desk. That's
No,
it.
what is it?
That's
No
awful.
nails in his shoes yet?
Yeah. And also he got suspended from school, so it doesn't matter.
That's good karma, though. How dare they?
Yeah. Um,
They don't know. This series sucks. They can't balance out karma yet.
yeah, and also his mom hates him. But apparently that was happening before this, so I don't really know how that has
Oh,
to do with his
oh, near,
karma.
near. That's called bad karma. That's why he's got so much good karma to summon a satellite.
Yeah.
Wow,
But why
perfect
does he
writing.
get good karma from that?
I don't
You know what I'm
know.
saying?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. Um,
so does
but
he
anyway,
actually
so
actively have
after
to get
he
bad karma to like use
so
it, I
after he
guess?
kills Sawa, right? He goes, "Oh, I feel bad." And he asks the imp girl to revive her. And she's like, "Are you fucking retarded? She's just going to try to kill you again." And he's like, "Yeah, do it anyway." So they do that. And in the second episode, they sort of strike out a alliance, right? Like they partner up together, which is unheard of in a survival game series. Two characters partnering up. Um, and then
Unbelievable.
this weird, like a gas mask dude attacks them at school, and the gas mask dude's power is he can shoot green fire. Um,
Hold on, is he colored green?
Surely that is a match for our protagonist,
What's his
yeah,
color,
I
near? What's
think.
his color?
green. He's green.
Okay, good.
I don't think he's even in this. Well, maybe he is. I don't know if it's the green person. Anyway, they're like completely covered up, right? They shoot green fire, and that's all they do. They just shoot green fire, and um, I guess the only way that the writers or whatever decided that they could possibly make like fight scenes interesting in this series is to simply have the character refuse to use his power for like 5 straight minutes, get his ass beat, and then be like, okay, now I'm gonna use my power and I'm gonna win.
Yeah,
And so
see, near. That's smart. That's storing up bad karma because he's
yeah,
getting hit.
yeah, definitely.
What a cheater.
Um, so in the second episode, in the second fight, after he uses the power, um, apparently reality just rewrites itself. Like the laws of nature just get rewritten entirely, and this like green fire gas mask person now repels oxygen. Like oxygen particles just go away from them, and so they
Because he's
suffocate.
burning them? What?
I don't know. I don't know. They just can no longer intake oxygen, and they die. They suffocate and die. Um, and at that point, I was like, this power seems a little strong. This power seems a little bit broken, actually. Um, so I started watching the third episode, right? And in the third episode, um, it goes into the main character's sort of, I guess, best friend question mark. And plot twist, he's also a candidate. And he's the orange dude that has the spiky teeth, and he looks like he's a Soul Eater ripoff. Um, and his power, uh, from what I gathered, granted I skimmed the fuck out of this episode because I was like tuned out. I was just done. But his power is he can see 5 seconds into the future. Um, and I think that's it. I think
That,
he also like he can also like summon stuff? Question mark. I don't really know how it works.
so he has what,
Um,
freaking King Crimson? Or no, Epitaph. That's it? That sucks.
yeah. So he can see 5 seconds into the future. Um, and he decides to fight the main protagonist, and he gets his ass beat because uh in this fight, um, the main protagonist refuses to fight his friend, right? Like he just refuses outright. And
So,
so
so like
he
he's
ends
like
up
I knew you would say that you wouldn't fight me.
he ends up getting choked unconscious, right? Like he's out. Like he's fucking gone. And so instead of the main character using the power, the imp uses the power instead.
Okay, so he's really cheating now.
Yeah, so the imp can use the power too, and I don't even know what happens in this, because like before he gets choked out, right? His fucking arm gets cut off, and then after the imp uses the power, he like pulls out this fucking magic staff and regrows his arm back, and then shoots like this big fucking laser beam, um, that apparently, like according to the other character, says reduces things to have never have existed. So it's like, does this dude have any weakness at all? Like, as far as I'm aware, he's invincible. Like, he just cannot lose. Like, his power is just, I win. I win, you lose. And I'm just going to be hesitant to use it.
So that's gold experience rec room, right? That's to reduce things to 0.
I guess, but instead of it being a punch, it's a big fucking laser beam that he shoots out of his staff, and it can just delete people. So that's really cool. So yeah, this series is bad. This is a survival game series where the main character is seemingly just invincible. They don't have to sort of wit their way out of any scenario. They don't have to use strategy at all. They just have to get their ass beat and then go, I'm gonna read out of the book. I'm gonna read the book and I'm gonna win. On top of
Yeah,
that,
so it's like
this is
when a character has a really strong spell incantation, and famously, there's no downsides to that.
yeah. I mean, the downside is he gets bad karma, dude. He gets bad luck for a little bit.
Damn.
You know, like yeah, he gets bullied in school. He gets somebody pushes him, and he falls in a puddle. Like, bad stuff. It's tricky. But yeah, on top of that, this is an entirely CG series. It's fucking ugly. Like it's really genuinely ugly. It's not like poorly animated, really. Like this isn't X Arms tier. The shaders are not very good. The art style is not very good. It's very much like a bootleg, um, Soul Eater kind of style, but it's not good. The like environments and backgrounds, like every background character is sort of like this black and white, like just gray model. Um, that doesn't have like any defining features at all. The character designs are, in my opinion, really kind of gross. They're all wearing this really ugly, like sleeveless, suspendered um, school outfit. The boys have like shorts with tights under them.
Boy short.
Um, and then the girls just have skirts with tights under them. And it's like, I don't know who came up with this, but they're a fucking freak.
Do you think Yoko Taro did that? I don't think he did that.
No, I don't. Um,
I love homogenized school uniforms that are gender neutral.
yeah, definitely.
Why didn't they give the girls like pants? Why didn't they give everyone pants? Damn.
I don't know.
But they dropped the ball on that
They've
one.
got like shorts with like skin tight tights under them. It's really kind of gross. I feel like I don't know, man. If a school I was going to gave me that uniform, I would just get expelled, I think. Um, but yeah, in terms of like character writing for this, it's really quite bad. The main character is a sort of a wimp. He's really as generic as it gets. He's sort of a do-gooder. Um, all the other characters are kind of just really cliched. There doesn't really seem to be any core like motivations for really any of the characters. Like none of them are really fighting to be God for any particularly good reason. They haven't even really delved into what being God entails, like what that actually gets you. Yeah, this is really just as generic as it comes in terms of a survival game series. There's really no value to this at all because again, the battles are literally just an I win button. They're not even interesting. There's
So
really there's really nothing redeeming about this series at all. Um, I don't know why it has sort of the, I guess, marketing that's attached to it with Yoko Taro's name. I don't know how it's pulled money for, you know, Firo's Eye and Ayane Sakura and other people to be involved in this. It is really genuinely baffling. Um, it's really quite ugly. I think the only thing that sort of caught me by surprise in this is the music. And maybe that's just Yoko Taro kind of ringing sort of Keiichi Okabe's group into this production. Um, but yeah, I I really can't recommend this at all to really anybody. And I'd probably I'd probably rate this like a fucking 2. It's really bad. Um, I mean, maybe if you are like the fucking God's strongest soldier for survival game series, and that's just genuinely what you love, maybe you might get something out of this. But otherwise, I think it's dog shit. Um, I think it's trash. So
Nier, you're saying this is the best Yoko Taro series?
no, no, I'm not.
So Veneer, what's the best Yoko Taro series? Is it
Near
which Nier? Nier Automata, Nier Gestalt, Nier old young boy Nier? I don't know which one is which.
replicant, but
Replicant.
yeah, I mean probably Gestalt, but I have sort of a nostalgia bias for that one. But yeah, like I don't know. I feel like this having Yoko Taro's name on it, it kind of does a disservice to his like career. Um, but he's been involved in weirder shit, so I don't think he really minds. But yeah,
Okay. Wow.
that's pretty much all I have to say overall for this. Like,
What would you do to make this series better,
Yeah,
Nier?
what would you rate it as well?
You said 2.
yeah, I gave it a 2. But also to make this series better, I would probably never have let it see the light of day, to be honest. Like,
Would you still stick with the CG?
no. Like, why would I?
Why not?
Because it's bad.
Isn't Nier isn't Nier Automata CG?
I-
The
It's a
game?
video game.
Yeah.
So I guess if you want to use the technical term, then sure. But that also has like textures and shaders in it
What would you
and
rate this against?
animations.
Hold on. What would you rate this against the Nier Automata anime? You watched that, right?
Yeah, I think if you're putting this next to Nier Automata, um, the Nier Automata is a literal fucking masterpiece. Like,
So you're saying the main character is stronger than not Nier 2B, huh?
probably yeah.
Because since we're talking JoJo powers, who can who can this guy beat in a JoJo fight? Could he beat Dio?
I mean, if Dio let him use his power, then no. But
But
otherwise,
what about Dio over Heaven? That's reality warping, isn't
I guess. I don't really know too much about that, but
Did you finish part 8? Right? Did you finish part 8?
no,
Okay, then never mind.
I didn't really. I mean, I didn't really fuck with part 8 because it was like taking 8 years to even establish
It
a
was
villain.
really long.
Yeah, like
Oh, a good series. Here, you ready for episode 5?
no, no. I'm dropping this shit like a rock, dude.
Nice.